I have with me from the Tea Party, Toby. Toby, would you please give us your full name, from where you come, why are you here, and what do you want to say to the American people?
My name is Toby Marie Walker. I'm the president of the Waco Tea Party, and I came up today to support the Frisco Tea Party. Most of the time we're coordinators, and this time we got to be a participant, so it's been nice to be on this side of the stage. And I think people are standing up and taking their country back. They're tired of the tyranny and the intrusion into their lives, both financially and then also just on a freedom level. So I'm out here today to support others and to just take our country back.
Excellent. What do you think of Obamacare?
I think Obamacare is probably, to keep it family friendly, it stinks. I think that it's a very dangerous legislation because of the intrusions again into our lives. When it talks about end-of-life counseling, when it talks about sending people into your homes to help you educate your children and to talk to them about age-appropriate behaviors, and there's a lot of that that's not being talked about in the bill. And so it's kind of like, oh, I'm here from the government to help you to raise your children. So that's another part of the bill that's not being talked about that I think is horrible. Excellent.
There is a section in the plan, as it was written, this section 152, that basically gives the Secretary of Health and Human Services carte blanche to do whatever she or he wants to do, including coverage of illegal aliens. What do you think of that?
Well, I think it's funny that in the one section it says we're not going to cover illegal aliens, and the very next section says that they're not allowed to ask if you are a citizen of this country or if you have a social security number. They're not allowed to ask all of these things. So we're going to be covering illegal aliens. And they don't want to admit that. And the other portion of the bill that's frightening is that your employer will have access to your financial records to see if you qualify for certain programs. And it's up to the employer to help the IRS make that decision.
Kind of scary, isn't it?
Very scary.
Do you think we can defeat it?
I think we can defeat it. It takes people that are out here today standing up, going and talking to their congressmen, going and talking to their senators, and telling them, no, and telling their governors or state legislators, if this passes, you need to invoke the 10th Amendment and say, no, we're not taking any funded federal mandates on our state.
Now, you say you're from Waco?
Yes.
So you're in the district of Chet Edwards, is that correct?
Yes.
What do you think of Chet?
As a person and a voter, not Tea Party, but a person and a voter, I think that Chet Edwards is out of touch with his constituents. I don't believe that he cares what we want or think or, what we believe in. And I think he shreds the Constitution at every chance he gets. He only gets a 6% rating of voting with the Constitution. 6%.
That's 6%, you said?
Yeah, 6%, whereas Joe Barton gets like a 94 or 96%, depending on the bills that came through that year. So, when you're only representing your Constitution, the founding document for our country, 6% of the time, or at the most 8%, you're not upholding American principles.
Would you say that Chet Edwards is saluting Nancy Pelosi and the likes of Nancy Pelosi instead of the Constitution?
Oh, I think definitely. I think that he is her minority whip that is silent, or majority whip that is silent. He says, well, I don't vote with Nancy and I don't get passes. How do we know that he's not influencing how Nancy votes? Well, that's even worse. You shouldn't be influencing Nancy and Barney Frank and Christopher Dodd and the rest of them to be voting in these socialist programs.
Well stated.
Well, thank you.
And thank you very much. We appreciate your comments. You'll be able to see this on GetReal.tv.